What is happening, y'all? Welcome back to another Omni video, or welcome if you are a new viewer. Now, in this video, I wanted to talk about Elowyn and why she is probably one of the worst heroes. And, in fact, if I were to start a playlist about things to avoid in Omniheroes, then I would probably start here on Elowyn. This hero is a complete joke. This is also actually a good example that not every new hero is actually better than the previous ones, and you should not spend on them. I have made the mistake to summon for her because Ethereal is one of my main teams, and that's why I summoned for her and tried her out. Originally, I used to use Karnak, Eudora, Dorabella, Katrina, and Atropos, and it seemed to serve me well. It was decently balanced. Uh, but since I got Elowyn, I switched Atropos for her, and sadly, it doesn't improve anything. Maybe it makes the original lineup even worse. Now, now let's first of all, she is a phantom. And there is no space for a phantom in an ethereal team. So if you look around, in ethereals, there is among the legendary heroes, there is only one hero, which is Anubia, who is phantom. Now, Anubia, nobody uses her. If you are using her, then then you are stupid, and unfortunately, there is no other explanation. Even if we ignore that, okay, even if we ignore that she is a phantom, like I did, she still doesn't bring anything valuable in the team. Her ultimate doesn't do a lot of damage, okay? Her passive has a 10% chance to trigger Awaken or Sanctuary, which is the most flop thing in this entire season 2. Now, let me remind you that this is a 10% chance on a crit hit. So you need to have a high crit rate to do a lot of critical hits so that you get that 10%. If you do not do crit hit, you do not get 10% chance. So basically, the overall trigger chance or probability of triggering Awaken or this passive is actually less than 10%. And also, because this is dependent on crit hit, it's only going to make it very, very limited to ethereals only. So you cannot use her in any other lineup. Now, you know what? Let's ignore this one as well. Imagine you get very, very lucky and you trigger Awaken very often. Even then, she is lacking because there are so many ways to dispel this effect. Just to show you guys, I don't want to talk all the time, so let's just show you guys how does it work. Let's go into arena. Maybe we'll have some examples here. I haven't checked them. Well, let's go into, we want this one, so let's see if we got. Now this video is in 3x speed. If you want to slow it down, you can slow it down, but let's see if we get any of the passive. Okay, we got nothing. Nothing yet. Okay, see, we got that awaken on Eudora, but it immediately just went away. That is because of one way to dispel that effect, and that is coming from the Sage Tomb, which is this one. And if you go on to Doomstairs, if you have them max, you will see here when you are attacked and deal reflect damage, there is 50% chance to dispel 5 stacks of buff from the target. Now you are thinking that reflect is a thing of doomsdays, but I was facing glorians. So how did that work? Well, let me tell you that every hero has, doesn't matter from which synergy, they have a base chance of reflect damage. So for example, let's go on Navi and we click this search bar and you go down here and you will see that reflect percentage, they have a 23% reflect chance. So yeah, this reflects, unfortunately, whenever someone hits, for example, my Navi, she has a 23% chance or reflect percentage. This reflect can dispel that effect. Now it's very different from the reflect that you get on Dooms. Dooms actually have two types. There are actually two types of um, reflect in the game. So one is the reflect on the Doom synergy, which takes effect even before the enemy moves. So this takes effect before the enemy moves. If the enemy dies with this reflect damage, then they will not have an action. But there is another reflect damage, which is when the enemy hits you. When the enemy hits you, part of the damage is reflected back to the enemy. And unfortunately, that reflect damage is what caused the dispel effect. Um, Yep, that's for that. That was the first example we saw over there that we. I know it went a little bit too fast. It was just the final battle. If you can actually slow down the video, and you will see that my when you trigger the awaken, the character figure just gets bigger, and when that awaken goes away, when it goes dispel, you lose that, your character just shrinks down. Yeah, and let's see, I lost this one, but let's see if we got any example here. Now I should have, okay, let's turn them off. See, my Eudora is now a little bit bigger because she got the awaken effect. And also, you can see my Dorabella is a bit bigger because she also got the awaken effect. But they died. See, it's just the awaken. If you're wondering, the awaken gives you 150% attack and 150% defense boost. But if you have Elowyn on 7 stars, it will give you another 100%. So overall, gives you 250% attack and 250% defense boost. Now that person I was facing was a bit stronger, but it's not impossible to beat him. I have beat him actually with my Glorians team, but for the past 2 days I have been using my Ethereals team just to test out Elowyn. How does she do? It doesn't seem to make things any better. Uh, um, Yep. And I don't know if those guys are not using any two 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 celestial teams. But if we go here, another way to dispel them, if you are facing any ethereal ones, there is another way to dispel them is by this one. After landing a critical hit, there's a 50% chance to dispel 5 stacks of buffs on the target. Now this will, if you are facing another ethereal and it hits your hero that is awakened, it can still take that awaken away, so it can dispel the awaken. You can lose it from here. And another one that is a huge one actually is the the celestial synergy. The celestial synergy, if you don't know, is especially the two celestial or after that, is like when an ally unit dies, purifies all debuffs on all allies and dispel all buffs from all enemies. So this is a huge one. It's only 2 celestials, and pretty much if you look about it, if we just go through all the synergies, every synergy pretty much uses 2 celestials. For example, if a decent team in Mystifiers would use Talos and Catherine, a decent team here would use 100% would use Elmer and Gloria. Gloria? Victoria, actually. Yeah, Victoria. In this one, 100% would use Eudora and Karnak, two Celestials. In this one, 100% would use Seraphina and maybe Talanis or something else. In this one, unfortunately, I think this might be the one that would not be using two Celestials. They would 100% use Altia if they have it, but may not be using Lachesis, because Lachesis is just so bad. But they might use it, they still have potential. They can use these two and makes two Celestial, which is still counters Elowyn a lot. In here we have Helios, and this one probably Helios won't be as much used, but people can use him. It's very easy to get Helios, so people might use him and Medlin. Still, you get two Celestials, so it's very very easy to counter that Awaken effect, which makes Elwin so much bad. It's just she doesn't do anything. Even first of all, the chance is very low, and then once you get it triggered, it just gets dispelled again. And if you are wondering that that is all, then let me tell you that it is not. Another thing that is very big about it is that her passive only gets triggered when she is alive. So now, just like other ethereal teams like Katrina or Karnak, who Karnak gives you heals, Katrina gives you shield, and those shield and heals only works when Katrina and Karnak is alive. Okay, but and also you only get awakened only when Elohim is alive. When she's dead, you do not get the passive trigger again. So yeah, it's just overall there are so many things that counters her. It just makes her so bad. There's nothing. This left nothing about her that is good. So yeah, just wanted to make this quick video and put this out for those who still haven't decided on getting her or not. Well, this is my opinion. I have tried it and I have talked to other people who have tried it. They share the same opinion. They say she's an absolute rubbish, the dump truck, and that's all. Yeah, man. Well, to make mention of her runes. Her runes are actually good. Gives you attack boost on sanctuary, but yeah, she is overall a very bad character. Hopefully they will fix it. If they do, that's good. If they're not, well, don't spend on her. That's all. See you guys in the next one.